Okay. Hello. Yesterday we called a couple of the representatives on the House Oversight Committee about why a motion has not yet been filed about Pam Bondi um, not showing up for her subpoena, and therefore she should be held in contempt of Congress. Um, Yesterday, after I called those representatives Brown and Lee, I found on Threads a post from Representative Melanie Stansberry, who is also on the Oversight Committee. So in her post, why is the House not holding Bondi in contempt? Why is Oversight not holding Epstein hearings? Why is Oversight not doing more in this case? Good question. Republicans have stopped regular committee hearings and instead are holding roundtables where official motions, like contempt, cannot be made. And they control the committee and the chamber. That's why the Dems are taking a stand. We demand public hearings, we demand compliance with the law, and we demand real oversight and justice for the survivors. Great. Um, a lot of people replied to that thread in a similar way that I did and said, I'm glad you're telling us this. That said, you guys need to be better at telling people this because, Threads is a certain population that are online and reading this. You should be breaking down the doors of morning shows, get on every podcast in your state, uh, stand on the Capitol steps with a bullhorn and tell people why this is happening. Because continuing to just, oh, well, we can't do anything because the Republicans won't let us. A, your voters don't even realize that. I didn't until I saw this post, which I ran into by happenstance. And B, you guys still aren't doing enough. Get the message out. Just show the people of this country that you have a little bit of fight left in you. Because right now it does not look like you do. So instead of calling Congress today, because obviously now I know this situation, I am going to call the Florida Bar Association, who gave Pamela Jo Bondi her law license. She allegedly is a member in good standing, which I find hard to believe, and her bar number is 886-440. I don't know if anybody's going to answer the phone here, which they usually don't in Congress anyway. Nor do I know how this conversation is going to go, because I think most of the time people file complaints in a form online. So I will follow up with that, but I want to at least call and see where we get, so that there's something here. It's worth noting that that's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. Several in June of 2025, an ethics complaint was made about Pam Bondi to the Florida Bar. This is that file. It's a 23-page document. You don't need to. But it was several lawyers, associated lawyers, filed it together, including professors from various law schools, board members of, Lawyers Defending American Democracy, former president of the American Bar Association, justice for the New York Appellate Division, distinguished law professor, professor of law, ethics and anti-corruption chief counsel and director, Democracy Defenders Fund, pro bono lawyers, clinical professors of law, professor, volunteer lawyers of America. Let's see what other there's a vast group. New York State Appellate Division, it's a big group of different retired Chief Justice of the Florida Supreme Court, Barbara Perienti. I don't know how to pronounce her name. But there's a lot of different types of folks that are that filed this, right? So I think it's important to note that this isn't just like random grievances from American citizens that don't have a law degree. This is many, many distinguished professors of law, practicing lawyers, former presidents of various bar associations, judges, clerks, all kinds of things that are that filed this in 2025. Nothing happened, obviously, but it's just worth noting that it's not just like people like me or you that are trying to get something going here. And then this is, I don't know if this Facebook page is actually being run by Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. I doubt it, but it was, I guess, a Q&A about how to report and disbar. This was when she was still Attorney General, for violating her oath and professional duties. And then this advice came from an attorney, and about how, not only about Pam Bondi, but these, a lot of the lawyers in this administration in general. So pick a name, do a Google search, find out where their license comes from, and then go to that bar association website, start filing complaints against them, all on the basis of violating their oath of attorney, which I actually need to write down, oath of office, and subversion of the Constitution. I'm also going to bring up, because this is again from before she did not appear for her subpoena, and also one of the things that was in the previous one is the rules of her professional conduct. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know all the rules. Let's call and see what happens. Like I said, this might need to become I have to call or file this online, but I think it's going to be 2.
To be referred to an attorney for your legal needs, press 1. If you are a consumer and have an inquiry or complaint regarding a Florida lawyer, please press 2.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not really a consumer in Florida, but
you are the next caller in the queue.
Let's go with it.
Florida Bar Agent Department, how may I help you?
Hi, I'm not sure if I called the right department, but you seemed like the best option. I'm actually just calling to, like I'm sure many other people, file a complaint about Pam Bondi.
Okay, this is the right department.
Oh, great.
We're just not able to take it for you over the phone. No, I can show you where that form is on our website. You just fill it out and sign it, naming her. You attach a letter telling us your concerns about her actions or behavior. Then you can email or mail back to us. Once our staff attorney reviews it, they'll write you a letter telling you the next step in the process. Would you like me to show you where that can be found?
Yes, please.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Please do type out Florida all the way in this web address. Please put floridabar.org/complaint.
Okay.
floridabar.org/complaint. That's going to take you to the page with information about our program. Just above the title of our program, there's a small box that says File a Complaint. Click on that one. It'll take you to the documents you need on the next page. It is called Download Complaint Form. That document includes the form, the instructions, as well as our email and mail addresses for you.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. So let's see. floridabar.org/complaint. And I'm not going to do this on this video, but so that everybody can see. I'm just going to share my screen here. File a complaint so that you all know where to go. So it's floridabar.org/complaint. And then we are going to download this complaint form. And I think I had to fill this out and sign it and send it back. So I'll have to print it to sign and send it back via email to, it's in here somewhere, or I can mail it, but acapintake@floridabar.org. So I encourage everyone to also do this, because the more complaints that exist about Pamela Jo Bondi, Bar Association number 886440, the more likely they are to take this seriously. And I think now that she is no longer Attorney General, it might be slightly more likely that the Florida Bar does something about it. I know they were not really willing to do it while she was Attorney General, which doesn't make any sense, because you would think that the top lawyer in the land would have to prove that they're a good and just lawyer. Otherwise, their home state and even college, law school might not want to be associated with them, I would think. But I guess they didn't take it that seriously. That said, file a complaint against Pam Bondi, and also call your representatives about everything else that's going on. Catch you next time.